First and always was.
Oh shit. Motherfucking very good. Oh shit. Oh shit. Thought you died, man. Left me all by myself. It was like
Damn it, I
survival.
wanted to join y'all so bad it actually hurted loudly crying face.
It actually hurt it. Well, I think he leaves tomorrow, so I don't think we're going to be able to play again with him until next weekend or the weekend after. The whole time his daughter was in the background bugging him, dude. I swear that guy's daughter had more control on him than his
I
wife
wasn't
did.
jealous in the least loudly crying face.
I wasn't jealous in the least. Damn cat hanging out with his other. I was kind of hoping you were going to come by, though. Man, it was sketchy as hell driving that U-Haul back there. Because I had to go pick it up in the next city over. So it's
I
like a
changed a
50.
bottle 5 times today and it was way more fun. Y'all missed out, loudly crying face.
Ah! Oh man, we missed out so bad. Yeah, I was like sketching out earlier because the truck like pretty much took up the whole lane the whole way. So like I like was all sketched out thinking that I was going off the side or going over the line on the other side. Had an argument with someone on TikTok about
That was a big
water
baby.
source blocks today.
How much is left? Is it a lot more?
I didn't move nothing today. I just went and got the truck. I have a bunch of people coming on Tuesday to help me move a bunch of stuff into the truck. It's a 26-foot box, but it's like a 30-foot truck.
Arguments on TikTok. I swear I be losing brain cells, rolling on the floor laughing loudly crying face.
I know. Well, what it was about was I guess somebody figured out how to make a machine in Minecraft that like self-propels itself forward. And it's like creating a line of water blocks up in the sky. There's a server called Donut SMP where like it's pretty much survival of the fittest. And there's no rules, so they have like you can make redstone contraptions and shit in the air where the pistons work. So somebody went and built one of those water machines, and they're completely covering the Donut SMP server. There's a whole bunch of people in the comments that are going wild saying that, oh, this is the end of that server. This is the end of all public servers that let you use pistons. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't really. I typed my own comment on the video. I said, I'm confused. This machine is just making like a blanket of source blocks up in the sky. It's not like creating an ocean. You know what I mean? So I said,
rolling on the floor laughing loudly crying face. Bro, what? The whole server. That's crazy, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Obviously, it's not covered. It's not covered the whole server yet, but there's like a whole bunch of people building multiple of these things in the sky at the build limit. And what it's doing is it's basically just creating a blanket of source blocks in the air. But it's like a one block blanket. It's not like 2 blocks or 3 blocks wide. You know, like it's like it's like somebody like put a sheet of snow down on the whole map and just like put up in the sky and made it melt. Now it's all source block and it's all just leaking water downward. So like, and I've seen the picture on how the machine works. Like it just moves like a line of slime blocks forward, and it's pushing the source block of the water forward, and it's basically making it duplicate the source block of water forward in a line. Okay, so like it's not creating infinite water sources below it. It's just creating source blocks in a line, and it's just pushing that line forward. So, like, all the water is just like the rushing water coming from the source block is just falling straight down from that line of source block to, like, the
Rolling on the
ground.
floor laughing.
So, really, all they would have to do is make a big ass machine that's like a line of blocks and have it so that it's just pushing the blocks into all of the source blocks, and it's just gonna eliminate all the source blocks over the distance that they made this machine go. Like every single time your new machine would push the blocks forward, like a line of water would slowly dissipate and disappear down towards the bottom of the ground, right? Like they're not creating an infinite water source up in the sky. All they're doing is having uh, a source block of water that's being duplicated in a straight, flat line. So, I mean, it's not really that much to panic over, is it? Not rocket science to fix it. So I basically commented that, and somebody tried to comment that. Somebody commented back, like, within 5 seconds and said, that's not how it works, but okay. And I like, commented back, and I said, so are you going to explain how it
Rolling on the
works,
floor
or
laughing.
question mark? And then the guy replied back, oh, it's creating a whole bunch of source blocks. I don't know exactly how it works, but I just know that somehow when the water starts falling, it's creating source blocks under it. And I'm like, okay, well, no, because that's not how water works. I said, can you load into a game and go and build up about 100 blocks and then create a 2x2 infinite water source and then break out the bottom of it, let the water fall from your infinite water source all the way down to the bottom, and now place 4 blocks inside that water source and tell me what happens. And they still haven't gotten back to me yet. Because that's all that's happening. Is they're just creating a line of source blocks. They're not creating source blocks below it. I said, by your theory, you wouldn't need to build a tower of kelp inside of a bubble elevator. You would only need to place the water block at the top. A whole bunch of people are saying weird shit in the comments too, like, oh no, they're gonna reset the server, they're gonna reset the server. So, instead of using your brain, you're just gonna reset a whole server? That makes sense.
He
I've
didn't
only
know
been
what to
playing
say after
Minecraft for
that.
3 months, and
Rolling on the floor laughing.
I know how water works. I don't know what everybody else is doing when they're playing the game, but I learn how the game works while I'm playing it. Like the only reason, you know how we make
Damn, this
the
guy knows what he's talking about. Let me just be quiet, rolling on the floor, laughing loudly, crying face.
no, my point is when you make an infinite water source, right? You know how we do the 2x2 hole in the ground, then you put a water in each corner, two opposite corners, and then you can just infinitely take water from it. The only reason that works is because the water is running into each other and then it's stopping, like it's not moving anymore. You know what I mean? So like, if you make that infinite water source and then break out the bottom of it, the water is just gonna fall down underneath. The only source block is gonna be the top ones. So since it's going from it's falling from like 300 blocks in the sky all the way down to the ground, there's nothing to stop it and contain it and turn it into a water source block. Therefore, that it's just a blanket of water source. It's not like they actually flooded the map. It's literally just a floating blanket. Another way to think of it is just like a heavy rainfall. You know, like the rain comes from the top.
Yo.
Yo, what's up?
I wanna see it.
You want to see the video of the machine they made, or you want to see me do the water source?
The video if possible.
Yeah, I just sent it to you on TikTok.
I just joined Mineville 4 to 5 days ago.
Oh, nice. How are you liking it? I've only been playing Mineville for like, I'd say a month and a half. I have a decent amount made. I'm in the middle of eating my dinner. That's all. Um, this over here is not mine.
It's fun until your
That's
own
very
friends
king.
steal and make their own team.
Well, that's why you don't trust anybody. You build all your stuff by yourself, and then you don't have to worry about that. See, all this stuff, I built all this by myself, and I don't have to worry about anybody stealing from me. Because
It's
nobody
my
else is a
friend
part
from
of my
high
city.
school.
Oh, well, that's a little bit different, I guess. Obviously, they're not your friend, even though the video game is materialistic shit, but they're clearly not your friend.
That looked crazy.
Right? But it's not as bad as they're making it out to be. it really wouldn't be hard to repair that without resetting the server. You just need people to use their brains, that's all.
Nah, he always does this, so I do it back for revenge.
Oh. Well, I don't know, man. Sounds like you gotta pick your friends better. I know it's just a video game, but if you do it by yourself, you don't have to worry about anybody stealing from you.
Two words, bro. Roll rules, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, that too.
BTW, is your demigod kit thing ready?
I don't know. I have enough space for it? I should. Yeah,
Okay.
looks like it. Oh. Yeah. No, the reason Perry King was saying roll rules is because you can set rules on your city limits that prevent people from stealing from you. Uh-oh. Can't fit any more in here. What was the last one? These are the common ones. I think I'm gonna stack these for a bit. don't think I have to stock that one out. But we can go see. Oh, what did your friends steal from you? I don't know if you know or not, but you can set role rules. That's what Perry King was trying to mention right there with the two words, role rules. So if you go to your city tab and you go down to manage city roles, you can manage what people can do. So like you can manage, like if you invite someone to your city as a member, you can make it so that they can't uh like damage stuff and stuff like that, or withdraw from bank. Um, you can make it so they can't build. You can make it so they can't interact. And not only that, you can manage the rules for roles for each individual claim as well. So like I have all my claims named so that I know which claim is what. So say I wanted the claim between my Batman store at the bottom beneath me and between Bat C. I think that's between the store and the cactus. So that will be this chunk right here. Okay? So you can go to manage, sell, or TP to claims, and then find that claim we were just at between Bat and C. Then you go to manage claim roles, and then you can also manage it, what each person can do in that one specific chunk. So next time, if you make yourself like your own personal stash with all your stuff in it, then you can make it so that nobody can do anything to that one chunk except for you. And then you don't have to worry about your friends stealing your
Do you
shit.
have any armor trims?
Yeah, well, I was in the middle of explaining something when you asked me that, so I don't know if your parents ever taught you it's rude to interrupt people when they're talking and ask random things. You kind of stick on one conversation and let someone finish what they're saying and then ask you a
That's
question.
cool. Did not know that about the roles.
Yeah, you can switch each one there. We got the tide trim, the coast trim, the host trim, the vex trim, the silence trim, the snout trim, and the wild trim. Is that enough trims for you? And yeah, that's how I made it so that this mob, because villagers,
HM.
yeah, so the villagers count as mobs. So if you have mob damage as activated on your whole claimed area, then if anybody gets into your villagers, they can kill all your villagers. So I named and labeled all of my claim spots so that only my mob farm would allow people to damage. So like if anybody got inside my villager hut over here, they wouldn't be able to kill the villagers. And if anybody got in the villager hut over here, they wouldn't be able to kill the villagers. And I specifically made it that way so that people can't like use the ender
Do you know
pearls to get in
CW
and kill
Dutch?
them.
What roles did they tick on so that people can trade? Can people not steal them with magnets?
Let me look. CW Dutch that allows people to trade. Do you know CW Dutch? What roles do they take on
The
so
public
that
villager hall Dutch. Public trading hall.
they probably just allowed it so that you can interact with stuff. Really, you can buy bells from these guys, and here I'm saving my bells thinking that I had something cool. Um, yeah, they definitely. So hear me out. They went into the city and they went to manage TP or claims. Okay, they made sure. Uh, they made sure to lock down what claims all these villagers were in, and they would have only clicked manage claim roles, visitor, and then they would have had interact as allow and mob damage as deny. That way you can interact with the villagers, but you can't damage them. So that's probably how they did it. Mob damage, deny, interact, allow. Meaning like I can interact with these tables, right? I can interact with this crafting table. Any chest that is anywhere near these guys, I would be able to interact with those chests. So I can touch this crafting table. So that also means that you can come up and you can stick a book on every single one of these librarian things. Or, actually, to be honest, placing a book might be part of the build command. So you might not be able to place a book on all these things, because that would be part of the building. Um, but yeah, if there's like any chests or anything near these villages, you would be able to interact with the chests. See, I can interact with the smoker.
Right, that makes sense.
You might even be able to come in here and stick a bucket of water in these things because that's part of interacting. So you could probably come in here and put a bucket of water or a bucket of lava in those. You can interact with the furnace. You can go and smelt some stuff in their base. You can come here and upgrade your gear. What the heck was that? Oh, the bone meal underneath. Where did he get crops to put in the composter, though? How do they all have crops to put in there? That's kind of weird. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They just have interact on and mob damage deny, so that you can come in here and you can interact with all of them. So if this is here, how are people charging money for books on the store?
Wait, are you able to spare 4 silence trims?
I can think about it.
Okay.
Do you have a CW?
People buy on stores cause rich PPL don't want to bother trading, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. That kind of makes sense. Since like my second week when I bought the Orbit armor, I haven't really had to worry about anything with books. That's why I gave up on building my villager trading hall. I usually have
Inline ATM.
All right, well if you come here I can drop you those 4.
What is the CW?
It should be in the name of the stream. Nonamsland. Like I don't know what I did with that. Oh, of course. Right there at the beginning of the title of this block here. I'll go up here. If you want, you can check out the store. Yeah, no problem. Up in that teleporter is a mob spawner, and then in this teleporter is like just like a roller coaster that shows you the whole base. And my big space room. Whenever you're done doing whatever you're doing with those trims. And then there's a photo on the map too. That's up in the sky above the base.
Wow.
Yeah. This is what I was saying about, because you said that you trusted your friend and they stole from you. But if you just build everything by yourself, you get to build it how you want it, and then you don't have to worry about anybody stealing from
Have
you.
you got any armor I can put it on?
Um, I can, I don't know, I can make you a diamond armor.
I agree, time for that, bro.
Is there still a crafting table in here? Give me 1 sec.
Okay, but better than nothing.
Yeah, well, you'll still be able to upgrade it, right? Like if you go and take this diamond armor and you get netherite upgrade for it, it'll keep the armor trim when you do the upgrade. Oh, that was close.
Yay.
Here's why I don't like dropping a bunch of random shit. You accidentally drop stuff you don't want to drop. And then you get all scared. You butthole puckers. Okay? So yeah, if you stick the trim on that and then you upgrade the armor itself, you'll keep all the trim.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
I know my butthole puckered a little bit right there because I threw this thing on the
Okay,
ground.
Ty.
Trying to think, like I only had 2 empty slots, right? Or 3? I don't know. Yeah, no problem, man. Alright, I can't eat any more pizza. I let it cool for too long. I fucking tried to reheat my pizza in the oven and I left it in the oven too long and the bottom became hard as a rock. It makes it really uncomfortable when it feels like you're eating rocks when you're eating your pizza. Yeah, no, nonchalant. I I was going to sit there and tailor my villagers so that I could get like mending books and silk touch books and stuff like that. But then I just figured, and the reason I was going to do that was because I know a good village raid farm. The only problem is village raids don't work in this server at all. So like you can't even go to the resource world and activate a village raid. Like it won't start. I literally I bought a mob net. I brought a villager into the resource world. I built the village raid farm up in the sky. I threw the I threw the villager down inside the enclosure with the mob net. Or no, did I use the mob net for that one? I did not use the mob net. I went and found the village with villagers, took the one villager up into the sky. I built the village raid farm, went and grabbed one of my ominous bottles, ran back, activated the ominous bottle, and the raid showed the starting bar, like the bar started loading, and then once the bar finished loading, which is supposed to start the raid, it didn't start the raid. So it was like a waste of time. And then I thought, before that is when I went into the South American region and I went and built myself a village raid farm up in the sky, up at a clean spot I had, and then found out the hard way after I placed down a villager with the mob net that you can't activate village raids in here. So since I can't activate village raids in here, I didn't feel like sitting there and trading back and forth with all the villagers just to get emeralds in order to buy the mending books and the silk touch books to be able to sell. So that's why I completely gave up on trying to tailor my villagers, the librarian. Which I do know that you can get like an abundance of emeralds from like the stonesmiths and the Fletchers and stuff. Like you can sell sticks to Fletchers, which is super easy to get. And you can sell clay to the stonesmiths and you can get emeralds. So like it can be worth it if you go and set yourself up enough of those villagers to be able to get emeralds from. I don't know, make like a room with 100 Fletcher villagers in it and just fill your inventory with sticks and go and sell the sticks to all the villagers and make like hundreds and hundreds of emeralds. But is it really worth it, right? Because that's a lot of work setting up a room like that. Um, by the way, if you're smart about those armor trims, you can
Maybe
duplicate
why
those
those
armor
upgrades
trims.
work in this server though. Waste of her time.
It really was a waste. Well, building the raid farms was a waste, and then trying to get emeralds, I feel like, is a waste. It's not as like I don't know. It's not as exciting as like a survival world. You know what I mean? And I think village raids don't work in this server because of the griefing, the anti-griefing like thing that they have. Because like you could walk into somebody's base, drink one of those bottles, and start a village raid inside of their base, like that public trading hall, for example. And then a whole bunch of those village raider guys will come in and kill all the villagers, which would be griefing. It's not like the Pistons, though. Like you can go, I think, I forget what they're called. I think they're called Pistons. You can build pistons inside the resource world, and they work. Like you can build piston farms, like any kind of automated farms and stuff like that. You can build those in the resource world, and they work. The only problem is they completely took away using bone meal on plants, except for trees. The bone meal still works on trees, but bone meal doesn't work on like sugar cane. Bone meal doesn't work on carrots and wheat and stuff, which I don't get. I think it's mainly because of the sugar cane thing. Because if you allow bone meal to work on sugar cane, you can kind of create an infinite amount of sugar cane with a device as long as you keep filling it with bone meal. Which I mean, bone meal is really easy to get, especially when you got a tall cactus farm like that. Um, I already have a single crate here that's full of it. Or, well, people have been buying it, it looks like. Yeah, people have been buying it. Um, and then down inside my base, I have another box full of bone block, which one bone block gives you 9 bone meal. And then if I go AFK over here, I can get like a decent amount of bone meal, popping through these crates. But like, I'm not over in this corner of the map very often. Like, I'm not in this corner of my base
You got
very
so
often.
much.
I know, I got a lot of bone block. And it's all because those cactus farms up top, they funnel into this contraption here. And then they funnel down into these crates, which funnel into the composters, and then the composters are making bone meal. And then I'll come down here and I'll just take out all the bone meal. And I'll come up to my crafting table here and I'll just make some bone block to compact it all. And then I just store it. But like I said, so the way plants work in Minecraft is plants will only grow if you're within 126 blocks of the plant. So my iron farm, from all my iron golem spawning, my AFK spot is over here, which is way more than 120 blocks from the cactus farm. So we're at 63,052. Now let's go over this way. And over this way. So I only get this one section right here, which would only probably be these like top 7 rows. It wouldn't be down here at the bottom. So like if I stood right here, it'll make this whole tower produce cactus, which is getting turned into bone meal. But since I'm always over here, the cactus isn't always growing. Therefore, I'm not getting like as much as I'm not getting the full potential of it, basically. Which I don't really mind, because even if I was only selling the cactus, it only sells for like 6 cents a piece, I think, or something. Well, 10 cents a piece. So 10 cents for each one. Which you only get like a couple $100 for a double crate. Or not even. You get 64 a stack. And it's 27 times 2 for a double crate. So 54. 54 times 64. 3,456 times 0.1. You only get $345.60 for a double crate, which isn't a lot at all. And then same with the carrot. The carrots I have here makes more money than the cactus. So I have a villager in here that's a farmer, and a villager on this side that's a farmer, and they're dropping all the carrots to the Fletcher in the middle. But he's not able to pick them up because they get sucked up by minecart hoppers on the side, and then all the carrots flood in this bottom. When I sell a double crate of these carrots, I get 27,000. So $27,000 for a double crate of carrots compared to $345 for a double crate of cactus. So it's more worth it to build other farms other than a cactus farm. Even the bone meal, economy, sell items. Is it part of farming?
How long does it take to fill up a double chest of carrot?
Well, it depends on how many layers you make. So, like, I have 2 layers here. So I have a double farm. See, I got the same setup up top and the same setup up on the bottom. So I basically have 2 of the farms flooding into this one storage. The only problem is they only crop stuff during the daytime. So at nighttime like this, they don't crop out and hand carrots to Buddy in the middle. They only do it during the day. And I would say it takes about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to fill up a double crate. Like of sitting here AFK the whole time. So if I doubled this, if I made another 2 layers, then it would only take about 45 minutes to fill up a double crate. And then if I doubled that, where I had 16 little pods going, then it would only take about like 20 minutes to fill up a double crate. So it really only matters on how many you have going at the same time. This setup here with the 4 pods is about an hour and a half to 2 hours for a double crate because of the daytime nighttime thing. Like you can't get them to work during night. I'd say my number one money maker is these golems. Like if you get 10 villagers in a little encasement, it classifies itself as a village. And then you can naturally get all these iron golems spawning. And you can flood them all to a kill chamber, which is this chamber here. It's like lighting on fire in there. I get a double crate of iron probably with 5 farms. I get a double crate of iron every, I'd say about the same time, like every 2 hours. Iron, iron, iron. The only thing I have to keep an eye on is these stakes. See, that's almost full, so I gotta sell those. I still have that stick. So 27 grand, 27 grand, 27 grand, 27 grand. Let's check the leather. We got 20 grand, 20 grand, 1 grand. And the pork chops, 30 grand, 30 grand, 30 grand, 10 grand. The flowers, I kind of just leave them. You don't really get much off the flowers, but I could sell these 2 boxes. So 7 grand. Now we got the gold bars going again from the piglins. And ender pearls from the Enderman. And These are just empty.
What you have are new or old spanwars?
No, well, they're not. I had they're old spawners. I just had them in a different spot before. So before, I don't know, I got tired of, I don't know if you remember, I had an item sorter in here. So before I had my Enderman and my Piglin spawner in this room. That's why I got all these Ender pearls in here. So I used to have the Enderman and the Piglin part of the mob farm, but I was tired of fixing the item filter all the time in there. So I took the Enderman and the Piglin spawner out of my mob spawner room up here, and I put them inside here, which is like an auto kill room. See, they all just kind of flood down into the lava. So I got cows, pigs, the piglin spawner and the enderman spawner. And while I'm in my AFK spot, these are just constantly spawning stuff. This is here because the one guy that was in the stream, I was kind of suspicious about what he was doing there. I came in here to place the piglin and the ender yesterday, and he ran into the corner over there, and he was floating in the corner like this under the light, and then I seen him pull out his globe, and he was just standing there in the corner with his globe open, and then he like slowly went in the water, switched away from the globe, and was like looking at me like, why are you looking at me? But I don't know, I just had a weird feeling that he went in the corner and he opened his globe and went to manage homes and set himself a home in the corner, so I had to block it in case that was the case. So that's why there's blocks in the corner. I don't know why the guy flew in this room, though. It was kind of weird that he flew in here, and he was trying to be in here while I was placing these two spawners. But yeah, we got auto gold and auto ender pearl. I am debating putting my wither skeleton spawners in here, but I don't think I'll get the wither skeleton skulls out of them auto dying from lava. And I'm pretty sure wither skeletons resist lava. Not entirely sure on it, but I got two wither skeleton spawners too. It's just more of like, I know that you have a chance to get these skulls, the wither skeleton skulls, from killing them with your sword. But I don't think you have a chance to get rare loot when you kill something with lava. So it would technically be a waste of time for me to put the wither skeletons in an auto killer, because all I would get out of it is coal and stone swords. Now, I wish there was a way to filter out the stone swords, but there's not. it would just flood the machine, the item sorter. Basically, there's rare loot that monsters can drop. Mobs, really. So, for example, like rabbits and rabbit spawners, um, you can kill the rabbit with your sword, and it has a chance to drop a rabbit's foot, which the rabbit's foot sells for $35 on the market. For a second, I thought I just sold something. Where's the rabbit's foot? Right here, rabbit's foot, $35 each. Then rabbit hide, $5.3 each. And cooked rabbit and regular, like raw rabbit, is only a $2 difference. But you can only get cooked rabbit if you actually cook it, like in this server. You can only get cooked rabbit if you actually kill the rabbit with a fire enchantment on your weapon, or if you just cook the rabbit in a furnace. If this was regular survival and you killed a rabbit with a campfire, you'll get cooked rabbit. And same with lava, I think. If you can try to figure out how to kill rabbits with lava, then you can get cooked rabbit through the lava. Which is how all those steaks I had were cooked in the pork chops, because the cows and the pigs in here are dying from the lava. But the one thing it's hard to make an auto killer for rabbits with lava. I'm sure there's a way to do it. It's just more of a hassle. I didn't even know that CW Dutch thing existed. That's kind of cool. So now whenever somebody asks me if I have a specific book, I'll just go there and buy it off one of the villagers rather than buying it from someone on the market for them. And then just a heads up to the other guy, if you're still here and you end up taking my tips about just being solo and making everything by yourself, you're going to have a lot of people coming in asking to join your city, and just don't let them. Just explain to them that you do everything solo and you don't want to have anyone join your city, and it's as simple as that. And then, even though you trusted them and invited them to your city, and you're saying they're your friend in high school, you might still be able to report them to staff for griefing, because they pretty much griefed you, which is it sounds like they stole from you. Ha! You went on there and liked my comment, Fairy King?
No doubt.
No doubt. I'm bored. When I got back over, actually after Bird Gang got off, I was sitting here for a bit, and then I opened up Path of Exile, the first one, and I literally just sat in the fucking waiting lobby, basically, just hanging out, bored, scrolling TikTok. I've just been like really extra 450. That's a ripoff. Pretty sure you get more selling it to the server. You only get 364. Did that go down? I don't remember it being 364. And I still can't believe a diamond block is only 405. Netherite ingots 150 each. That's crazy. The prices are so whack. I forget who it was, but somebody showed me that, where is it? I forget which thing it is. There's something in here to where when you sell it to the server in the mob drop, you get like $1 less than if you sell it to, is it the PvP server? The block server. I think it was Lazy that told me this. I don't remember what it was for, though. The honeycomb. That's exactly what it is. So, in this menu here, in the farming shop, the honeycombs sell for $6. And in the mob drop shop, the honeycombs sell for $9.6. So if you're ever farming honeycombs, you're better off to sell it in the mob drop store than the farming store because you get $3.6 less if you sell it to the farming store. Like as if that makes sense, right? So that's one of those things where you're like, man, like, do they actually think about what they're setting shit as? Like the mods, the people running this server?
Rolling on the floor laughing. So if I sell wand, how much would it cost?
That's a good question. If you use the sell wand, is it gonna sell it to the farming shop or the mob drop shop? Because it's a $3 difference. You got $6 here, and then $9.6 here. And it's literally the same photo, too. The same honeycomb. I only have a 1.3 times multiplier wand, so 6 times 1.3 is only 7.8. So it would be better for me to just manually sell it to the mob drop one because I'll get 9.6. If I sell it with my sell wand and it goes through the farming thing, I'll only get $7.8 per honeycomb. I think a good way to see this would be to, let's grab a honeycomb. Let's Okay, so we got nothing in this chest. And we're going to hit it with the sell wand. If we get $7.8, then it sold it to the farming shop. 9.6 times 1.3. If we get $12.48, it went to the mob drop. So we got $12.55. So it sold it to the mob drop one. When I hit it with the stick. So that's good to know. So if you have honeycombs and you hit it with the stick, it goes to the mob drop. Try it one more time.
Oh, okay, that's fine then if it gets sold to the more expensive shop.
Yeah. But I think the main question should be, why is there two different prices, right? It's not about it being in two different tabs. Like I understand that honeycombs can drop when you kill the bees if you have a bee spawner, and honeycombs drop from farming them from beehives. So I get that there's two different ways to get the honeycombs, but why is it two different prices? Is my question. Who's determining the prices of these things? You know? And are they legitimate? Or are they like some kid that's been made a mod and he got the cheese like the prices and the fucking things? Because where's the logic behind that? And I can say some kid, I mean, like, you would think that the people that are running this server, they should be at least over 20 years old. And if you're over 20 years old, then you have some mathematical common sense, or you at least know how to use your brain to think like, hey, I already have honeycombs listed in this store for $6. It makes you wonder what else in the game is inconsistent like that. How do you feel about the mob spotters nonchalant and the big change? I kind of ask everybody's opinion on it.
I don't like the update. It makes it hard for people to farm, especially new players.
That's what I was saying. It makes it really hard for newer people. And also, it doesn't really seem fair because like people pay real money to buy those eternal bundles in order to get an iron golem spawner, and you're going to tell the people that they don't get to infinitely use the resource that they bought with their real money. You know what I mean? That would be kind of cool if they made a Nazi zombies movie, like the Call of Duty Nazi zombies. If they came out with a movie for that somehow, that would be different. It's speculation. It's not actually a thing, but I would probably watch it if it was any good.
I would too. I vote hell yeah.
That'd be different, right? It just kind of makes you wonder how they would implement that. Obviously, there wouldn't be like a point system. I don't know. I think of like how they did the Minecraft movie. The Minecraft movie wasn't really like exactly like the game. Yeah, it wasn't exactly like the game. There was a lot of stuff that was identical to the stuff in the game. Did somebody buy all my villagers? What the heck? I got 500 orbits. Yeah, look at that. Somebody bought all my villagers. Nice. So I'm back at 550 orbits. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to breed some villagers and put some more on the market. That's wicked. I wonder why they would buy all of them though. Kind of weird. You only need two to be able to breed your own. I guess whoever bought them was like rich. They bought all five.
Rich people.
Yeah, really. I think this would be cool to do, Pay King. I'm gonna send you another TikTok. Make like a shield out of it or something. I think that would be wicked.
Looks like the beginning steps of a surfboard or shield.
Right? Yeah, I know. It actually looks pretty cool. For the people that can't see the TikTok, basically there's like a hobby that people have that dates back like hundreds of years, where they find like a big tree, like a big like with a big base to it, and you can dig out like a circle into the bark, and then you can actually peel off the circle that you've carved out, and it kind of looks like a big ass turtle shell almost. And people use them for different things, like making big bowls out of it, or like the video I sent Perry King, the guy's gonna make like a baby rocker. But it also looks like the start of a shield, or like you could like make like a medieval shield out of it or something. Probably wouldn't work very good, but it would be cool for decoration or like some kind of role playing, cosplay, whatever you call it.
I just destroyed 4 hot dogs rolling on the floor laughing loudly crying face.
Ah, Billy King likes wieners. Billy King just took on 4 wieners. I'm a little bummed out that I overcooked my pizza.
I sure did. It was a 4v1 and I took them all like a champ straight to the face, rolling on the floor laughing.
4v1. But sir, there's only 2 holes.
Okay, one at a time, rolling on the floor laughing.
One at a time. But sir, get me those hot dogs.
Rolling on the floor laughing loudly, crying face, sir. Sir.
Sir, now get me those hot dogs. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. We just got a daily bundle.
If they do make a World War III movie, I hope the people that made Overlord take part.
The people who made Overlord take part?
2.
Oh, like World War II zombies? I don't think, to be honest, Perry King, I don't think World War II zombies would go into the franchise of a movie for Call of Duty Zombies. It would be cool though, because I mean that storyline was like based in the World War II, like the 1940s. So like seeing a zombies movie made for that would actually be kind of cool, but I don't think it got as much hype as or popularity as it should have.
One of the best in its own way. I like the story and multiplayer on there.
It was definitely different. I like that they had their own storyline, like they didn't follow with the all the Black Ops stuff. Because World War II was just before Black Ops 4, and they already had the Black Ops 3 zombies, which had some like
Storming
weird
the beach was so
storyline
dope in the
around it.
story at the beginning.
Yeah, it was definitely different. The storming the beach thing, though, is usually always the famous first mission of every Call of Duty, almost.
Scare part is it was probably worse. IRL.
Oh, like the D-Day Normandy? Yeah, probably. I think it was Normandy. There's a few movies that show that beginning part and like how brutal it was. Like some of the ships carrying the people that were getting shot down before they could reach the shore, and then like some of their own boats were running over their own people in the
Pearl
water.
Harbor was a good one.
Yeah, that was a great battle. Good movie too. Oh man, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm actually kind of falling asleep here. Oh, remove a pillow. We're going to single pillow. Oh, that's so comfortable. That's such a long day today. I woke up at like 8.
Sorry I missed out. Will you stream today?
Yeah, well, I'm probably gonna be over at my mom's for a good amount of time today, packing boxes. But I'll be on stream like later at night, like around 9, maybe 10 o'clock at night. But on Tuesday, I won't really be on at all. Because Tuesday's like the day that I got a whole bunch of people coming to help move my mom's stuff into the U-Haul. I haven't packed any of my stuff yet, but all of my stuff is kind of like all little shit and then clothes.
Okay, that I'll try not to miss it this time. It's bottle time again, rolling on the floor laughing. W stream everyone.
It's bottle time again. Oh shit. Dr. Daddy Bacon coming to the rescue. Alright, man. Yeah, I think I need to get some sleep anyways. Um, I'll message you on TikTok tomorrow, and I'll see where you're at. Hopefully, we can get you in the stream to play some Call of Duty. All right, man. W audience, thanks for coming by. I always appreciate it.
Okay, for sure. Night, brother.
Good night, brother. And anybody else that's here, I'll catch you guys out tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.